Okay, so at the moment with us we have the Honorable Professor Thuli Madonsela. My name is Monique. I am from GCIS, Government Communications and Information Systems. I'm responsible for the Central Karoo. And it is an honor for us to have you on the radio station, but also in our community in the Karoo. Welcome. Could you tell us a little bit about why you chose this particular festival to be involved with? What drove you to come to Prince Albert and to the Karoo?
Well, greetings, Monique, and thank you for the privilege to be on this show. What brought me here firstly is because I am now a patron of the Prince Albert Trust, Community Trust, PET. And when Ingrid pitched the festival, I wasn't quite sure it could work in the Karoo, but I trusted her. A commitment to social justice and the things she has already achieved to date convinced me that she can pull it off. It was right.
And that is what brought you all the way out here
It
to the
did.
Karoo. And could you tell us a little bit, you've now met the artists, you've met the young people, you have been to PAC, you've done the opening. And what has been your first impression of this community and the talent that it holds?
The talent has been amazing. The spirit of this community has left me in awe. We're going through tough times as a country and as the world, and it's so easy to yield to despair and just really negativity. And what I found here is an amazing positive vibe and a sense of hope. So we talk about building bridges of hope. I have seen bridges of hope being built here. I've seen not only talent bubbling up, but I've seen how Ingrid and the PECT team are truly freeing the potential of every person from ECDC to the grave, as she has said on numerous occasions. But I found also the spirit of wanting to work together, because it takes a village to build something that's remarkable. There's no such a thing as self-made. We all the product of what we bring to the world and how the world pushes us and pulls us forward.
So when you did your opening speech this morning, you spoke about social justice. And as Prince Albert and the Karoo and the communities out there, because we are rural. There's a thing in the Western Cape where they say there is no rural. But if you look at our towns and you look how far it is and how people struggle to have access. So what would be what is your ideal for this link to social justice and social cohesion and access for these kind of communities?
Well, firstly, it's my understanding that Prince Albert Trust stands for social justice, and that's what made me gravitate towards Ingrid, because at Stellenbosch University we're also pushing social justice, but also pushing for the impact of universities in communities. And with the Tumor Foundation, we are about making democracy work for all. And what I've seen here is a change agent that is packed, working with government, as we saw the mayor here and others, working with the community, working with outsiders, and pulling all of these resources together to lift the community forward, but using available resources. And this is what we call an enterprising community. I have seen it here. That from just recycling pieces of cloth, pieces of wild animals that I've seen out there, all of this are pulled together. But what I have liked is the attitude here is we're not looking at jobs only. We're looking at opening up all opportunities for every member of this community, starting with resources that people already have.
Okay, so at the moment with us we have the Honorable Professor Thuli Madonsela. My name is Monique.
as we saw the mayor here and others,
Mm-hmm.
working with the community, working with outsiders, and pulling all of these resources together
Yeah.
to lift the community forward, but using available resources. And this is what we call an enterprising community.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen it here.
Yeah.
That from just recycling pieces of cloth, pieces of wild animals that I've seen out there, all of this are pulled together. But what I have liked is the attitude here is we're not looking at jobs only. We're looking at opening up all opportunities for every member of this community, starting with resources that people already have, but also truly empowering them. I've seen young people being empowered to be preschool teachers.
Yeah.
I've seen a barrister being picked from just the community, and now then the coffee shop here, I understand,
Yeah.
one number
Very
10
good.
in the whole country.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very
just
good coffee.
really creating a lot out of things that most people throw away.
Yeah.
And what does it say to me about building a vibrant South Africa? It says it's possible. It takes people who believe in the invisible, like the amphitheater that
Yeah.
we're in. If somebody told me that that ditch is going to be an amphitheater, I would not have believed it. But I think visionaries see things that others don't see. Once they start making that happen, the rest of us follow. And from that, something bigger is built. And I see this place looking far more developed, but by lifting everyone in the next 5 to 10 years.
Okay, that's great. And so, because we are here for the Journey to Jazz Festival, what has been some of the great things and some of the artists and some of the performances of all of them? What has been some of the things that has stood out for you?
Well, firstly, I would say that my experience here has proven that it was a good idea to have the Jazz Festival here. And also, Ingrid talks about proof of concept. It has proven that there's enough material internally here and enough interest to make this a viable project annually. The talent here among young people. Yesterday we had 2 local bands performing for us. They were just beyond sterling. I don't think people saw that because that was performing for us in the at the PEC Center. And then today, this morning, all the performances were local talent at the start, and then of course beyond that, then we got UCT band also joining. The truth is, there is so much talent, but it just takes somebody believing in these young people. And a lot of them are self-taught, but they needed somebody to believe in what they had started on their own. And also then channel them towards opportunities and help them with some of the resources. So I do think that this concept of a jazz festival here at Prince Albert is something that can endure. What does the rest of the community benefit? I often use a proverb, an African proverb that says, a child that does not feel the warmth of the village burns the village to feel its warmth. Here, the village is joining together to make sure that every child firstly has a fair start in life, but also can rely on the community, can lean on the community to develop themselves. That is creating young people that will be committed to seeing the whole of this community thrive. Because we say, when democracy doesn't work for you, why do you want it to work? We go into communities as Abantu or Ubuntu because of the interdependence and interrelatedness of humanity. So I do think that we should support this, and why the community should also support it. Think about the tourism.
Yeah.
The tourism that has come in. We've bought some things. I bought 2 coffee.
Tuli Madunzela. My name is Monique. I am from GCIS, Government Communications and Information Systems. I'm responsible for the Central Karoo. And it is an honor for us
Gentlemen, we're going to be starting shortly. We're just waiting on some people that are still at the door to come through and take their seats. Can I just get a confirmation from the door? Is everybody inside? Oh, they're coming. Okay, it appears like we all sit. Again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Goedemiddag, dames en heren. Aan ons jeugd wat ook tegenwoordig is, goedemiddag aan jullie ook. Het is onze absolute eer vandaag om jullie allemaal hier te hebben. Ons zit ook in ons midden vandaag van minister Andrew Marie. Minister is nou al Prins Alberter. En het is altijd een plezier om van minister hier te hebben. Baie welkom, minister. Dan het ons ook voor professor Tuli Maronsela aan ons midden, voormalige public protector. Als iemand nou nog even van professor Maronsela ken, dan leven we ons immers op een ander continent. Professor, thank you. Yes, we're quite grateful for all the work that you do, Professor, for the justice you restored, and that you brought South Africa back to an ethical level that we wanted the governments to be. And as a patron of PACT, you are welcome. You're also now a citizen, along with Minister Marie. So you're welcome to come back anytime. Hele kamers? Ja. Sit plek aanneem. Okay. Firstly, we would just get some formalities out of the way. With regard to the evacuation plan, with that I said nothing is going to happen. On my right side and my left side, it's clearly marked the exits. If you need to leave in any case of emergency, please use the exit closest to you, and then those seated at the back at the exit in the front. With regard to house rules, we do request that cell phones please be turned on silent, do not disrupt our artists. And then the media rules also apply due to copyrights. Members of the audience are allowed to take photos without flash. If there's any other members of media, you are allowed the first 15 minutes of the performance to take footage interrupted. So if you take a 3-minute slot, then it's 2 minutes that you have to wait, and then another 3 minutes. Because of the copyright, we also to respect that. We do have our dedicated media crew that will be doing the coverage. So if you need footage afterwards, please feel free to follow us on social media. Just a few. There's more spaces here in the front. Yeah, you can just take a seat. Those seats are, yeah, you can take a seat there. It's fine. So again, welcome to our very first show of the Journey to GCIS Festival. This is a journey that we started back in 2019. And I think when Ingrid and them met Brenda Sesane for the first time. And it was then that she told us that how music has the ability to heal and bring people together, as we can so clearly see today. It is ability to bring people together, a diverse group of people, all coming together for the love of music. And it's a common language that we all speak. The scenario of regarding bring Journey to GCIS to light fits perfectly into what we want to do aspect, where we want to create opportunities. We want our community to evolve We want to bring change. We want to equip our youth. As you can see, they're very well represented here. We want to bring change regarding to that. And with this historic moment, I think it's just befitting that it's here within the very first of our buildings that dates back to the 1800s, one of the first biggest buildings in our history. So for this historic moment to partake in this building itself is historically. Ingrid Wolfhard described PACT as a scenario where we want to be brave, we want to set out and take on new things. And for us, Journey to Jazz is exactly that. It's run by a group of young people, all from our PACT Center. And then we all have our guidance. We have mentors in place to help our youth. As we embark on our history, it's also important for us to secure the future of our youth and our next generations. For a town that was once just a mere plot of land, a farm named Kwekvallei, we do have come a long way since the 1800s. And it is up to our youth and the members of communities and people around the world as we embark and take Prince Albert forward as we continue this journey. Tonight, our very first show will be that of Mike Rossi. Now, Mike Rossi is an American-born professor emeritus in jazz and woodwinds at the South African College of Music at the University of Cape Town. He was a president of the South African Association for Jazz from 2012 up to 2016. Now, this gentleman has performed all over the globe. And he does so in smaller crowds, bigger crowds. And I think what stood out for me with regard to Mike Rossi is the various workshops he conducts. It's not a skill that he holds for himself. And I think that makes him perfect for PACT, that he equips and he empowers along his journey. He is also the first recipient of the Doctor of Musical Arts degree in jazz studies from the New England Conservatory of Music. You see, we're going international with this show. He's an exceptional saxophone and wind player and the artist. Okay. Okay. He's an exceptional saxophone and wind player that is performed all over the globe. And today, for the very first time in Prince Albert, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Rossi.
Okay, I'm not going to talk much. We're going to play. You come to here, listen to music. Right on. Okay, this is entitled Baka Boogie. Baka Boogie Japan. I wrote this in 2019 when I was in Japan. And who won the World Cup? I want to. Blake Calaby. Sibu Matsabella. Okay, the next piece I'm going to play is also from the new CD. And it's really my sense of kind of paying it back and acknowledging a great man, that man being Nelson Mandela. This is entitled Mantra for Madiba. Okay, this next piece is actually a piece I wrote a long time ago. I come from a family of Italian barbers, Italian-American barbers in the United States, and I wrote this. My dad and his three sons were barbers. So my job was, that's my earlier life. And so I wrote this song in the back of a barber shop. I hope you don't mind. My dad used to let me practice in the barber shop. It was so great. It was really, really great. My dad was a big jazz fan. He used to go to New York every weekend practically and hear all the greats. So I think that's where I got it from. And so this is actually on the first Mike Rossi Project CD. I have 4 of them available here today, not many left. It's entitled Yearning, Yearning. One. How about another hand? Let me just introduce these gentlemen properly. Blake Halaby on keyboard. Sisu Matsamela on bass. Okay, now we're going to switch continents. We're going to go to Italy. And this is a piece I wrote for my first trip to the region of Marche, where I live now. It's just across from Rome. If you draw a straight line across from Rome, be there just a year now. My Afrikaans, I forgot all of it. So, no. So it's really great. My wife and I and the dog, we went over there a year ago, and it's great. But it's great to be back here in beautiful South Africa. And this is a piece I wrote called Buongiorno La Marche. And then we're going to follow that up with a piece entitled Arrivo in Abruzzo, which is the region just south of Marche. And that's where my mother's father is from. Her name was Sensonetti. So the Sensonetti and Rossis got together somewhere along the way and came over on the boat. And the rest is history. So this is Buongiorno La Marche, followed by Arrivo in Abruzzo. Levon Gangan. Okay, the world of jazz lost a great genius, actually a music genius, this past year, and I wrote this actually song before that, so I hope it's not an omen, a bad omen. And it's also on the CD, and it's to a big person, it's a big influence on me, and that of Wayne Shorter. We all know Wayne Shorter, and this is entitled For Wayne. And I recorded it on clarinet because he's such an individual player on tenor and soprano. I wouldn't do it justice, so please bear with my clarinet playing. No, we lost singing. I'm just going to pair it again. It's okay? Oh, okay. Thank you, Johannes. How about a hand for Johannes, who's doing a great job on sound? Johannes, my man. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, looking at the clubhouse wall, looks like we've got just a couple of minutes left. So we're going to, what should we play? Okay. Okay. See, it's true democracy on the bandstand. That's a great thing about jazz. It's a true democracy. We all have to listen to each other and agree on something. So I'd like to close this out with a tune, actually not by me, but I arranged it for the CD. I told you about Darius Brubeck earlier. And this is his Line at the Bar. Line at the Bar. We hope you like this. And again, how about another hand for Lily Von Gangen on the drums? Blake Hallaby on the keyboard, Sibu Metsamela on bass. My name is Mike Rossi. And a big thank you to all the staff and backstage people that have been running around, making sure everything runs smoothly. It's a great team here in Prince Albert. It's really great to be here and as part of the Cape. I never was up here, got up there this far. And to all the people that could come out on this afternoon, this beautiful afternoon, to listen to music. Thank you very much, and thanks to Brenda Sassani and Professor. Great to see you again. And I last saw her. I don't know if you didn't know about this, but the president of Germany came out to give her an award for her bravery. God bless you. Thank you. Yeah, what's the clue? What's your clue, man? No, it's happening.
I want to take it out there. Two. All right. There you go. Ciao, man.
Thank you. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah?
Can you take a bow first?
Yeah.
No, I can't. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.